Hi, beautiful soul. I'm Dr. Jasmine. Welcome to this space where your truth is never too real and your dreams are never too big. It's Christmas time, the new year is coming, and I thought maybe one of the issues specifically related to this time of the year, mainly for PhD candidates and maybe the other levels of academia, would be loneliness. It gets intensified in this period, although during the other months of the year, it might seem a challenge to many. Today, we are talking about how to tackle it, how to tackle loneliness in a period of time we have to be alone. First of all, I would like to mention that solitude isn't bad. Solitude is necessary for clearer thinking, for focused work. What is not desirable is disconnection. Disconnection not only from others, but also from ourselves. Let's start with the tips. Before I start the tips, I would like to tell you that at the university, people look very polished when you see the other candidates, the peers. They rarely talk about the feeling of loneliness they might have, which is very, very common among many. Because the university usually praises perfectionism. The people who come to seminars usually get dressed, they usually smile, they show their confidence. It is necessary. If they don't show their confidence in a seminar, it would turn into something problematic or something that doesn't support their success. We have to wear a social mask. It's something we cannot avoid. So never compare yourself with others and assume that the others are in a golden world working on their project, but you are alone in a room with closed doors and all your world is your laptop and your books. No, I don't think that it's a shame or it's a personality flaw or weakness. No, it's not at all. It's a very, very common thing that people might experience. Let's go and see how we can tackle it. What has helped me a lot is blocks of focus work. I mean, when you have blocks of time for focus work, you see that you set the time for 1 hour, 2 hours, however many amounts of minutes or hours you can work on your project. And then don't do anything during that time. And when that time finishes, don't force yourself to work more. Knowing when to stop is even sometimes more important than knowing when to start. If you go on, for example, article A, and you have set a 1 hour or 2 hour time for that, then you see you are progressing well. You say, okay, 3 more hours on that. On that day, it might not show the results. But after a while, you see it hasn't been that productive that it seemed at first. Yes, sometimes it happens for one time, for two times, maybe during the week, and that's okay. But it shouldn't turn into your routine and habit. When you have blocks of time for specific work, for example, 1 hour, article A, and 2 hours for book B, and another 1 hour for summarizing or whatever. When you have blocks of time, you feel you are on the track, you're on the right track, and you're doing your duty. Some people feel more comfortable with Pomodoro. Some people like me don't find it that suitable for themselves and set their own time. I set my own laptop timer or mobile phone timer. It helps a lot. The other point is physical movement. We cannot sit at a table without moving and expect our heart and body to be healthy and serve our goals. After every block of time, have some movement, whatever movement, some stretching, cooking, going to the balcony, drinking something, eating, going shopping, quick shopping. I don't mean 3 hour shopping. So movements shouldn't be ignored. Movements shouldn't be neglected at all. They're really important. Some people are lucky enough to have one gym near their working place. They can go to the gym, wonderful. Otherwise, any other kind of movement. The next thing we should take into consideration is having a checklist and checking off any task we complete. It gives very good signals to the brain, which has been scientifically proved to improve our motivation, and it helps with moving on, continuing, and getting good results. Some people do it on their mobile phone, but I suggest the physical paper because it engages our sense of touch as well. It engages not only our sight, but also our body, our physical body, our hands. It helps a lot. You can try it. The next tip I have found very useful is at the end of every day, summarize what you have learned. What you have learned, what hasn't been resolved for you, and what questions you have about that topic. For every day, in your calendar, write it down. In your agenda, write it down. It helps you with knowing, keeping track of the learning process. And when you visit the peers, colleagues, and your professor, you know what questions you need to ask and what points need to be clarified. Also, don't forget to journal at the end of the day and at the beginning of the day. But journaling, I don't mean half an hour journaling, just about 3, 4, or 5 minutes of journaling. Journaling what? Journaling, I'm in what situation, how I feel, how I want to feel, and what changes I need to make. Just this for everyone 1 minute. Do it and see that it neurologically rewires your brain. It helps you to make your fuel full. It helps you to have a more clear mind. It helps you get rid of the foggy mind that you might constantly face. The next point is mix something you have to do, your daily tasks, with something that gives you pleasure. We have to tidy the room, the desk. We have to organize our paper, our pamphlets. We have to take a shower. I mean, these things. Try to add something that makes it more pleasurable for you. Listening to some music you like, a podcast you like, talking to your family member or a friend while doing that task. It helps you have more variety in your daily routine. What has helped me a lot, and many others I have heard about, is cooking. Don't miss it. Don't let the temptation that tells you, oh, cooking takes time, and if you cook, you get tired. Try to cook. It helps you eat healthy food. Moreover, you see that it's a kind of relaxation to your mind. You can do it 1 or 2 days, 1 week, and you see the effect. If you didn't like it, you can continue ordering food, or you can go to restaurants or the university restaurant in order to eat or drink something. But when you make your own coffee, when you um, cook your own dinner or lunch or breakfast, you see the difference. Try it. Believe me. Try it. Don't doubt it. And write in the comments what your experience was about it. One of the last things I need to talk about is celebrating tiny things, tiny successes. As tiny as doing the washing up, as tiny as taking a shower although you were too tired and you preferred to go to bed earlier, to larger achievements such as getting your article published, such as finishing a chapter of your work, whatever. The more you celebrate your achievements, the more you desire to achieve. You would like to achieve more and more. Take this time of solitude as a project you work on yourself in order to feel more lovely towards yourself. Let me paraphrase what I say. I mean, think that this time of being alone is a time you learn to enjoy being with yourself. Do you know why it annoys us sometimes so much? Because we face ourselves. Facing ourselves is a big challenge to the brain. It might bring the traumas up. It might let you think about the problems you never have time to think about when you are in public. When you start to get connected to yourself, then this loneliness doesn't annoy you that much. It becomes some means to empower you. A person who feels comfortable with her or his own being alone turns into a superman, superwoman. It's not an ability, it's not a skill that people easily achieve. Apart from that, you can add some connection with other people. I know it's not possible to have a lot of social life while you're doing your project, while you're doing your PhD project, you're working on your studies, but you can have some connection at least online with some friends or going to some clubs outside, reading book clubs or any other clubs that is your interest, sports clubs, the other groups, or even when you have no access to them, go to the city center and sit on a beach, look at people. Maybe there is a passenger who sits beside you. You can start a short conversation with that person. Don't get totally disconnected from the society. It helps you. But what matters more than connecting with other people is learning to connect to yourself and keeping this connection with yourself all the time of the day. Maybe in the next videos, I will elaborate more on that. But I found that these tips would be necessary to be talked about during this time of the year. Because yesterday, I talked to some students who had these issues, and I remember the years I faced that time and the years I had that experience. Still, sometimes now, I feel I have some periods of being some periods of being alone because I'm working on a project. It never ends. But when you build a strong connection with yourself, it doesn't annoy you, or at least it doesn't annoy you that much, sometimes it turns into an enjoyment. I hope that this video will help you. You will find it useful. If you liked it, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop your comments, questions, and ideas down below in the comments. I would love to hear from you. See you in the next video, and wish you very good Christmas time and a wonderful 2026. See you in the next video.